Hello and welcome to this post-match live session. I'm Vineet Ramakrishnan and you're joining in on the CricketNext YouTube channel and other social media platforms. You're going to talk about Mumbai versus Sunrisers Hyderabad, and it was a clinical win for the Mumbai Indians franchise, their second win in a row. That is their third win in the tournament itself with 6 points. Sunrisers, on the other hand, losing their fifth game out of seven, and they languish at the bottom of the table, ninth. To be fair to them, CSK are at the bottom with 10. So halfway stage for Sunrisers Hyderabad, that a team that had so much promise, showed so much promise at the start of the season, really withering away. And today was probably one of those games where their policies, their one-dimensional approach to the campaign itself was pretty much exposed on a very tricky Wankhede track. And to discuss more on this, I have Rudransh Khurana, who had joined us for the pre-match as well. Hello, welcome, Rudransh. And yeah, this was something that we were discussing, that 300 तो कहीं से नहीं लग रहा हो पाएगा, but not even 200, barely managing it to 162 eventually. The score of 162 could have been competitive enough, but the bowling was just not there. There was lack of depth in the bowling, so to speak. Let's start off right there itself. That is SRH batting performance there. SRH were asked to bat after Mumbai Indians won the toss. Abhishek Sharma, 40 of 28, makes for a decent reading, but again there were struggles of Abhishek Sharma was pretty much evident there, none more so than for Travis Head itself. 28 of 29. Ishan Kishan again faltering once again, 2 of 3. Nitish Reddy also did not manage to get going, 19 of 21. Everybody trying to hit the ball too hard, just not able to read the pitch with Ranch in many ways. Henry Klassen did give you a few blows at the end, pushing his total to 37 of 28, and thus pushing his other total to 162. And Aniket Verma also 18 of 8, but largely Rudransh. You looked at that pitch, the first 6 overs, the power play overs, it felt that they are not able to read the pitch and they were just trying to go a bit too hard. Your assessment of the pitch, how the Mumbai bowlers bowled, and how SRH responded?
I think I'll first start with the pitch. If there was a kryptonite for SRH, it was this pitch, because it's just when there is some help for bowlers and the kind of help we saw where the wicket is, it just doesn't come off on the ball, where wicket stops, where the bounce isn't true, where boundary hitting is difficult. SRH just look like a duck out of water, and I think that is it's just Karen Pollard in his I think mid innings interview described SRH very well. He called them one dimensional, and I think he was spot on with that, because when the situations aren't according to how they're used to in Hyderabad, this team struggles. Last season, if you remember, we were discussing about how even Chipok, even Wankhede, even Eden Gardens, these were all very flat wickets, 250 plus wickets. That is why we saw SRH succeed almost everywhere. uh, I think now, because there are a variety of pitches, SRH are not getting that kind of they are not able to find that consistency. And then now when they are losing at Hyderabad, where the pitches are not suitable to their needs in some matches in Hyderabad, they are struggling there as well. So the only way to describe, I think this is a very good strategy for teams as well. Whoever gets to host Sunrisers Hyderabad in the coming games can just give this kind of pitches to them and exploit them with spin, with pace, because they just don't know how to play on these wickets, which is, yeah, it's not about, like we were discussing in the pre-match show, that they need someone to hold one side, one end alone. But I don't think even that can solve their issues, because it's all about the mentality. A good team can succeed across venues, which we are seeing with Delhi Capitals, which we saw with KKR last season, which we have seen with Mumbai Indians and CSK over the years. In India, if you're playing the IPL, you need to be successful across a variety of conditions. You can't just be flat track bullies, and that's what SRH are showing they are. You need to be at least a bit more competitive on these wickets as well, which is just it's just combination of their bowling attack not performing up to the standard and their batting lineup just struggling to match the conditions with any kind of mentality adaptation or mindset.
Yeah, you called it right. I mean, it's they are Sunrisers Hyderabad, the flat track bullies. But then again, there is always a sense where you see once you've won, the previous season was kind of an avalanche that nobody expected SRS to perform
Yeah.
the way they did, and all the teams were taken aback. And this time around, teams are better prepared, so to speak, against somebody like an SRH. Again, that one-dimensional approach is something that is probably hurting them, and we talked about this. The holding position, somebody who needs to really understand the conditions and then play accordingly, was just not happening. Travis Head, for all the great things that he has done over the past 2 3 years, he's also very much plays a player plays in one gear only, and if you are not giving him those kind of deliveries to it or pace to it, it's a big struggle for him. And you saw that with Deepak Chahar bowling. There were a lot of slow deliveries, there were a lot of cutters, and there was a bit of change in variations, change in the length as well, and just not able to pick. And even somebody like an Abhishek Sharma, all we have been waxing lyrical about the big hitting that he is done. You probably need to have that extra dimension. And therein, where somebody like Nishan Kishan, the experience of Nishan Kishan should have come in, that's again not happening at all. Sports fan again, a regular viewer, with his first question, he says, "Can SRH change the batting order the next match, sending Klassen and Niket up the order above consistently flop batters like Ishant and Nitish Reddy?" Would that be a solution for them? Because again, Klassen also, I mean, he's made his name as a big hitter, right? You're not seen him nudge the ball around and take singles and rotate strikes, or withering the storm. For him, to weather the storm is to just hit it out of the park. And if you're not going to give him that kind of deliveries, he will also struggle. Aniket Verma, whatever little bit we have seen of him, he's also a big hitter, and we saw that in the first game. He comes in, he whacks the ball. So they just don't, at least in this 11, they just don't have somebody who can patch sensibly the way how I think Will Jacks played beautifully this time around. He's also known to be a big hitter, but then again, he was very sensible. Yes, he had the target in his mind, and target wasn't the greatest. But then again, the way that he played, the way somebody like a Ryan Rickelton also played, an all-round player is probably what needed in this kind of a pitch. And Rudransh, you're absolutely right. When it comes to SRH, maybe give them something, some a tricky track, a slow track. Maybe the pitch was. There was not much moisture there. It had dry patches somewhere or the other. Bowlers employed those areas really well. But then again, yeah, to answer sports fans' question, do you think batting order would make any difference in this SRH unit, or it has to be the mindset?
I think first and foremost is the mindset, because I don't think Klaasen and Anike, I think they have got their batting order pretty, I think, as good as it can be. It's just the team, I don't think the messaging out there is right. I think they are. I was reading a quote from Ishan Kishan before this match, and he spoke about how SRH want to be fearless, and his idea of fearlessness was, it's not about attacking from the first ball; it's about trying to adapt to the situation, taking the game to the opposition, which is what I think SRH are not doing. They are trying to be the hollow definition of fearless, where they say that this is how we play and this is how we will play, which is like the England mentality, that this is our style and this is how we play. And it doesn't work. It hasn't worked for England and won't work for any team. If that is the mentality, it just can't work. You have to have an intent, and then you have to adapt it and fine tune it and optimize it according to the situation, which is the second step, is where SRH are failing in almost every game. And I don't think changing the batting order is their issue. I think one change they can maybe do is, I think we might even see it in the next game itself, is bringing in Smaran Ravichandran, which they have signed for Adam Zampa as a replacement. He's a kind of a batter who can play different gears. He's a youngster. He might fit in at number three. I'm just worried about who they will drop for him, because I don't think it can be Aniket Verma. I don't think it can be Henrik Klassen. I don't think it can be Abhishek Sharma, Travis Head. And I will be very surprised if they drop Ishan Kishan, who scored 100 in the first game. And I don't think it can be Nitish Kumar Reddy, who is the feature star. So uh, practically it should be Nitish Kumar Reddy, because he has just not been able to hit the form that SRH expect from him, and there is no contribution from him with the ball. But Can you drop him? He's the young emerging player of the year from last season. He's one of India's biggest talents, all-round talents. Can you drop him? But again, when you are in such situation, you need 6 wins from the remaining 7 matches to have a chance at qualifying. You need to make some changes. You need to make some hard calls. And if batting is your main issue, if batters not applying themselves is your main issue, it's just about SRH deciding. If they think their messaging has been right, that they have asked their batters to apply themselves and play according to situation, and the batters are the ones who are failing with execution, then then you need to make the change. And if the messaging is wrong and the players think that they are doing what they are being told and are failing, then the management needs to look in the mirror and decide what the right messaging should be. That you can't continue to play, be fearless, be we are SRH, we'll play this way, we'll go for 300. That won't work. You can't do that in India in on these pitches. When finally curators have realized that they just don't have to give flat figures, and that even scoring matches can also be entertaining, it won't work. SRH will need to find a way to adapt to these variety of conditions and find a way to still get points. You can't just complain that wickets aren't flat.
Yeah, that's not a complaint at all. I mean, wickets are flat. Whatever wickets it is given to you, again, I mean, there has been a lot of debate about the kind of wickets that are being prepared. Home teams generally not really happy. They want certain kind of pitches, and the others, at certain point, you may want to agree with the curator saying that, boss, we are not, at your beck and call. We are going by what IPL governing council or what the IPL norms are, and accordingly, we are preparing the pitches. So you would give that much to the curators as well, home field advantage or not. That is what it has been. But for yeah, we've discussed about SRS and the batting moves. It's about the management and everything that you will have to do. Let's look back at how Mumbai Indians went about the chase as well. It wasn't pretty. It wasn't pretty by any stretch of the imagination. Sportsman again saying that आखिरी रन बनाने में कितनी मेहनत लग गई थी MI को. We will come to that later. Come to that later. That became kind of a bit farcical. They're trying to go for upping the run rate, eventually losing a few wickets. It didn't really help their cause. But from a point of view of how they started the chase, it was very good. Rohit Sharma hitting those three sixes, reminding the Rohit Sharma of old and reminding that there's still some bite left in the old horse there. Two sixes of Mohammad Shami, one of Pat Cummins, unfortunately getting out again to a very good shot, but finding the fielder. I think it was Travis head straight to his hand. Ryan Rickelton has been decent enough. I mean, hasn't had the big scores or a big impact knocks that would be eye popping, but has given you the kind of starts that you probably needed in these kind of tricky chases, and that's what Ryan Rickelton did. 31 of 23. Will Jacks again, terrific with the ball. 2 overs, 4 overs, 14 runs in just 2 wickets. His stats, if I'm not wrong, and leading that chase, steering the chase, kind of that holding position that you needed. We were talking about SRH is what Will Jacks said, 36 26. I'm pretty sure he would be the man of the match here. Suryakumar Yadav chipped in with 26. Tilak Verma was not around 21 of 17. And then the brain fade moment where Hardik Pandya tried to up the ante, 21 of 9. And Amandir got out. Mitchell Santner not out of 0 of 1. But eventually, MI comfortably home, 18.1, 166 for 6. Let's talk about this gentleman, Rudransh, from the Mumbai side, right from the bowling front and from the batting front as well. Will Jacks bowling. He's a utility player, with the ball, has given you 4 overs, 2 wickets, and with the bat, looks very solid. My man of the match for sure.
Definitely the man of the match. There is no doubt about it. I think we were discussing about how MI got it slightly wrong with him by picking up a top three batter when they could have got a middle order finisher to support Hardik Pandya. That is why his role becomes that much more important, because he has taken a space for a more of a system player. He is a top order player in a team of top order players. There are so many of them in that team that if you are another one of them, and if you have been given the chance to bat at number three, number four, you have to contribute in every match. You can't just go without that consistency in even 2 or 3 matches. Then your position is under huge scrutiny. So that is why I think uh, this performance would be very important for him. I hope it helps his confidence as well. He is an excellent player, even on if not on these pitches. on flat wickets as well, on space friendly wickets as well. He's someone who can change the game at number 3 and number 4. He can play those 25 ball 60, 25 ball 70 knocks, which can change the game, which can win you matches. And if he's contributing like this with the ball, it bodes well for Mumbai going ahead in the tournament, because we'll see more and more of these pitches all around the country. As the pitches slow down, as the pitches wear down, we'll see spin coming into play more and more. And Mumbai, we know they don't have the best spin attack in the tournament. They just have Karan Sharma, the Vignesh Puthur. And if Will Jackson contribute like this,
In fact, Karan Sharma got injured and he did not bowl at all. So
exactly,
again,
yeah.
that's a big worry. Now we were talking about Vinesh Puthu's omission mystery. Maybe they would be
Mhm.
forced to bring in Vinesh Puthu now with Karan
Absolutely.
Sharma's status not really known.
Absolutely, we were all praised for Karan Sharma before this in the pre-match show, and him getting injured is just after that performance is it's just a shame. It's very unlucky for him. I hope he can recover somehow, maybe get some game time in the season back. But without him, the spin attacks looks very light. They will need spin. Even Chinnaswamy is turning this season. We'll see spin come more and more into play as the season goes on, much more in the playoffs. So you need these kind of contributions from your part-time bowlers. Will Jacks can has shown that he can give that. We are seeing how Punjab Kings are being held by someone like Glenn Maxwell. I have been talking relentlessly about how you can't drop Glenn Maxwell despite his horrible batting form, because he's contributing with the ball. He is giving them so much with the ball that you can't just drop him. And I think that is what Will Jacks can do in this team as well. He can be the middle order enforcer, top order middle order enforcer, plus someone who can give you just those 3-4 overs on turning tracks, get you a couple of wickets, get you some part-time wickets with your part-time ball, giving you more flexibility retained around your bowlers. I think he could be a great weapon for Hardik Pandya if he can kick on and use this format in the coming matches as well.
Yeah, absolutely right. And a good show by Will after that drop catch is what Harsh is saying. Yeah, that drop catch happened in the very first delivery itself of Travis said, if I'm not wrong. So yeah, good comeback for him. After that catch could have gone horribly worse for Will Jacks, but then again he'll end up with the man of the match award for sure. A lot of issues for Sunrisers Hyderabad to address, but they don't have enough time. Rudransh, now they what 7 games, five
Yeah.
losses. They are the midway of their thing, and this is the point where you see if you are at that bottom of that table, languishing at the or are the bottom dwellers, 7, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You're probably looking at the end of your campaign or end of your playoff chances as in you go, and it's as you said, 6 out of 6 or 7 out of 7 is what SRH would be looking at. On the other hand, Mumbai Indians did start slow. They've been the perennial slow starters, getting their third win now. They had a non-stopper win against Delhi Capitals in a very unlikely fashion the last time around. They're now here, a very confident, clinical win, confidence booster for them. But then again, they're still not a dominant Mumbai Indians that we have seen yet. Even though this game was dominant enough, how do you see them going forward from here? We have talked about Karan Sharma injury. We've talked about, yes, Jasprit Bumrah has been good enough, decent, hasn't had the kind of impact that you would expect from him. But again, today also 4 overs, 21, 1 wicket. Will Jacks chipping in those 2 wickets. They're still not able to do it, and the biggest worry is probably somebody like a Rohit Sharma, who even though showed some signs of resurgence in a way, but yet that power play is still not that he's not able to breach that power play. And Ryan Rickelton, as we have talked about, he's not. If I look at a foreign opener for a Mumbai Indians, I cannot think beyond somebody like a Lendl Simmons, the kind of impact that he provided. And there have been so much great openers that Mumbai Indians have over the years. Do you see this as a problem for them in terms of, especially Rohit Sharma, and because of that, maybe Ryan Rickelton, Will Jackson, number 3, and Surya Kumar Yadav have to do a bit more, much more, because of Rohit Sharma's lack of form of fleeting form, so to speak.
I think Mumbai Indians, by retaining Rohit Sharma this season, they should have expected that to happen, because you can't expect Rohit Sharma to give you a 600 700 run season in IPL at this time, because he hasn't done that for almost a decade now. It has been almost a decade that we last saw Rohit Sharma at his best in the IPL. It's been so long that it's very wrong to expect that from him anymore. And I think what you can expect from Rohit Sharma is the kind of performance that he gave today. I think that's the best bet on him that you can have right now. That you give him those 10, 12 ball, ask him to score 25, 26, and just keep on attacking till he loses his wicket. And I think that is pretty good for in a team sport. There will be people who will want him to score 50s, who will want him to score hundreds, which might come here and there. But this should be his role. He's one of the world's best batters in that role. If he attempts to do it, I think he has been selfless enough to do that for India, and I think he can do it for Mumbai Indians as well. It's just about getting that mentality right. I think the fact that Mumbai Indians have come this far despite Rohit Sharma not being at his best is just these are great signs for Mumbai Indians, because I consider them at the level of Real Madrid in football, because you can never actually rule them out of an IPL, of a competition. Uh, this is their safe space in a way. This is their comfort zone. When they have lost of the first few games and they start to string up wins together in the middle phase, this is where they are the most dangerous, because despite not being at their best, despite not having the best players in every position, they are a team who just know how to win matches, and that is what we saw today as well. They just find a way to win matches. Sometimes their bowling attack would step up, sometimes their batting lineup will step up, sometimes their fielders will step up in a way that you don't expect them to, like we saw with the three runouts. I think this is what Mumbai Indians has always been about. This is why they are such a dangerous side. This is why they are one of the most feared sides in the IPL. Is just I think there are a lot more positives for them despite the mess that they had in the last couple of overs, despite all that could have gone wrong today. The fact that they are here, they have won the match and they have gotten better in the points table, it just shows how good a team they can be. And these are just very daunting signs for the rest of the season, for other teams in the season. It's just about, because they are a team that can go on a juggernaut, and you will need to stop them by it's just they are weak. They don't have they have a lot of weaknesses of their own, because they also need to be tested away from home in matches where their fast bowlers can't come into play, where Jasprit Bumrah can't come into the play, where pitches are so flat that that Bolt and Deepak Chahar can't come into play. Then they will definitely be tested. But because they are in that position, despite most of their players being out of form, it speaks volumes about how good they are quality wise, and how much better they can be, and how high their ceiling is.
Yeah, absolutely, and not to forget the fact that they are the five-time champions of the IPL. So it's not that all in all those five wins. It's not that it ever was a smooth sailing or dominant. They always find a way to win games and stitch together a campaign where everybody else kind of gets they take a seat back there. And one of the biggest positives, Rudransh, for me has been, at least from a Mumbai's perspective, is that every player that who played today had a contribution. Look at the Mumbai Indians batting scorecard. Everybody going past the 20 run mark, complete batting performance. Everybody in that bowling department, barring Deepak Chahar and Chandler, who pulled one wicket, everybody taking wickets there, including Bumrah, Jacks, Pandya, Bolt. And so that in itself is signs where, like, Mumbai Indians, despite the lack of form, despite lack of individual forms, they're talking about collectively, they are coming together. Is it too late or not? Only time will tell. They can still stitch together a good campaign. On the other hand, for SRH, a lot of changes need to be done. The think tank had to revise what they are thinking. And one aspect of what you said, what are the changes that they can bring in? They need to bring in somebody. They have what a Sachin Baby in their bench. They have a Kamindu Mendes who's there, who had played the game. Maybe that is the kind of holding position you probably need, and he gives you a bit of bowling as well. And of course, you have an Atharva Taide, and you talked about Samran Ravichandran as well. So yeah, a lot of changes they'll have to think about, right from their bowling perspective and the batting perspective, but none better or none more than the attitude which is they're going at, because teams are pretty much prepared for your big hitting. You'll have to retaliate with something else, strategize something else, and be more, be not just be one dimensional and be versatile. So yeah, with that, that's the end of this live post-match show of Mumbai Indians versus Sunrisers Hyderabad. Not quite a thrilling game, but then again, a good game which Mumbai Indians pretty much faltered right there. That's some farcical way of upping the run rate, but then again, a good win for Mumbai Indians, and that's about it from us. Thank you, Rudransh, for your valuable time and the insights. So we'll see you again tomorrow with another game. Until then, it's me, Vineet Ramakrishnan, signing off. Thank you for tuning in.